Just now, we are fine. Wang Yibo clarifies everything about zhan. By Midnight Diaries Press. It was supposed to be an ordinary press junket for Wang Yibo's new action film. Flashbulbs, sound bites, and a few teasing hints about his next role. But no one expected what came next: a trembling voice, a flicker of hesitation, and a declaration that would freeze every corner of the internet. Zhan and I, we are fine. I need everyone to stop assuming the worst. The silence that followed was louder than the clicks of cameras. For weeks, fans had dissected every glance, every missing like, and every unshared story between Wang Yibo and zhan, the beloved pair once hailed as China's golden couple, both on-screen and, allegedly, off. Rumors flew like wildfire. Breakup confirmed. Zhan unfollows Yibo's stylist. Yibo leaves set mid-shoot. But none compared to the shockwaves Yibo's emotionally charged confession would send. The leak that started everything. 2 weeks ago, an anonymous source from the set of zhan's latest drama leaked a blurry photo. It showed zhan sitting alone under a canopy, head buried in his arms, visibly shaking. According to insiders, this came after a surprise visit from Tan Songyun and Wang Yibo. One crew member whispered, "They didn't say a word to each other." Zhan stood up like he wanted to talk to Yibo, but then Tan said something, and he just froze. Social media erupted. Some fans accused Tan of interfering, others wondered if Yibo had moved on. It didn't help that the very next day, zhan failed to show up for a scheduled live stream, and Yibo appeared distant during a commercial shoot, barely cracking a smile. A friend's revelation. Close friend and director Lu Xiu tried to calm the storm. They are under pressure. People forget they are human. Zhan is dealing with more than anyone knows. But even Lu's words couldn't erase what happened at the airport. 3 days ago, zhan was seen arriving at Beijing International, visibly distraught. Eyes red, face hidden under a hoodie. A fan-recorded clip caught him saying to his assistant, "Don't let him come. Not now." Speculations ran wild. Was he talking about Wang Yibo? Backstage drama, the Green Room incident. During the rehearsal for a televised charity concert, zhan and Wang Yibo were both slated to perform. It would have been their first public appearance together in nearly a year. But insiders claimed a heated argument broke out backstage. Tan Songyun, also scheduled to appear, was allegedly caught in the middle. She was crying. "I heard her beg them to stop shouting." Zhan slammed the dressing room door, a backstage staffer reported. While no cameras caught the confrontation, the aftermath was undeniable. Zhan pulled out of the event citing health concerns, and Yibo performed solo, his face unreadable, his voice raw with emotion. The press conference that changed everything. Today, during the junket, reporters asked the question everyone feared wouldn't be answered. "Are you and zhan still in contact?" Wang Yibo blinked. Then he said it. "We are fine." The room stilled. His voice cracked slightly. "There's a lot people assume. That we are enemies now. That we can't stand to see each other. That's not true. The truth is complicated." He took a breath, as if he wasn't sure he should continue. "We've been through more than people know. Misunderstandings, distance, pressure. But there's still love. Maybe not the kind people expect, but the kind that doesn't disappear just because of silence." A hush fell over the press room. Even the most aggressive reporters lowered their hands. Zhan breaks his own silence. Just moments after Wang Yibo's statement went viral, Zhan posted on Weibo, for the first time in days. "Truth exists even when it's hard to hear. Thank you for speaking it." No names. No direct tags. But everyone knew who it was for. And yet, there were more questions than answers. What had truly happened between them? Why was Tan Songyan involved? And why did they spend so long apart? Flashback, the rooftop confession. Sources close to Xiao Zhan revealed a scene that happened months ago, one that still haunts those who witnessed it. After a long day of filming, Xiao Zhan reportedly took Wang Yibo up to the rooftop of the studio where they once shot their breakout drama. It was the same rooftop where Yibo had once jokingly said, "If we are ever not talking, just bring me here. I'll remember." Xiao Zhan allegedly told him, "I don't want to lose you. But I don't know if we know how to stay." Yibo had no answer. He just hugged him. Then left. Fans divided. The fandom reacted with chaos and catharsis. Some took Wang Yibo's words as confirmation that love still lingered, others were heartbroken by how lost everything seemed. One fan tweeted, "We are fine, the most painful words in the world. Not we're together, not we're over. Just fine." Another wrote, "Let them heal. Stop forcing a label on something we don't understand." Behind the scenes, what Tan Songyan went through. And what about Tan Songyan? For weeks, the actress had been criticized online for being the third wheel in what many claimed was a deeply personal relationship. But a leaked audio clip surfaced last night, allegedly recorded during the Green Room incident. In it, Tan could be heard saying, "Stop blaming me. I didn't ask him to choose. I'm not the reason you're hurting." The tone was raw, furious, desperate. She wasn't trying to come between them, she was trying to survive in the middle. Studio responds. Both Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan's studios released a rare joint statement shortly after the press conference. The artists request understanding, space, and respect. Personal lives should not be used as tools for speculation. They remain grateful for all support and hope the public will focus on their art. But the public wants more than art. The public wants clarity, resolution, peace. Nightfall, a surprise reunion. Late last night, a blurry photo went viral, allegedly showing Wang Yibo waiting outside Xiao Zhan's apartment complex in the rain. Umbrella in hand. No entourage. Just him. No one knows if he went inside. No one knows if they spoke. But sometimes, the silence after "we are fine" says more than any confirmation ever could. Conclusion, the wait for truth. As the world continues to speculate, one thing is clear, Wang Yibo's emotional declaration didn't just clarify the present, it reopened every wound and memory fans have held dear for years. Xiao Zhan's simple response, "Thank you for speaking," it feels like a thread still connecting them, however fragile. Whether they rebuild, remain distant, or choose to disappear quietly into their separate futures, one thing remains. They were never just a rumor. They were never just a pairing for the screen. They were, and maybe still are, something real. And right now, that's enough. Continuation, just now, we are fine. Wang Yibo clarifies everything about Xiao Zhan, Part 2. Midnight Diaries Press. The call that changed everything. 12 hours after Wang Yibo's now iconic, "We are fine" declaration, a private phone call between him and Xiao Zhan reportedly took place. And it didn't stay private for long. According to an insider from Yibo's management team, the call was placed just after midnight. Yibo had finished his interviews, returned to his hotel, and sat silently in the dark for nearly 30 minutes before dialing. He didn't say anything for the first 10 seconds, the source revealed. Then he just whispered, "Did you mean it?" Xiao Zhan's reply, though muffled by distance, was enough to shake Yibo. "You shouldn't have said it if you didn't still believe it." The line went silent after that. Not disconnected, just silence. For 5 full minutes. The memory he couldn't let go. At 3:07 a.m., Wang Yibo posted a cryptic Instagram story, a blurry photo of a bicycle leaned against a wall. No caption. No tag. Fans immediately connected it to a moment from their breakout drama, the same bike Xiao Zhan once rode through set after a 14-hour filming day, laughing while a boar jogged behind, teasing him for stealing his ride. It was their thing, one longtime fan account commented. No one else would post that bike. No one else would remember it. Within minutes, the image racked up millions of shares. People didn't need an explanation. They already knew, yibo missed him deeply. A fragmented reunion, the hotel encounter. Later that morning, chaos erupted at the lobby of the Rosewood Hotel in Beijing, where Xiao Zhan was reportedly staying. Yibo's black SUV was seen pulling up unexpectedly. Security sources confirmed he wasn't scheduled to be there. No prior check-in. No official meeting. Just a name whispered at the front desk and a single sentence to the receptionist. Tell him I'm downstairs. I won't stay long. 15 minutes passed. 20. 30. Just when staff assumed he had left, Xiao Zhan appeared, hoodie over his head, no makeup, no entourage. Witnesses described what happened next as heartbreaking. They didn't hug. They didn't even smile. They just stood there. Like they were holding back years of things they never said, a guest recounted. Then Xiao Zhan said, "You shouldn't have come here if you didn't mean it yesterday." And Wang Yibo answered, "I meant every word." The interaction barely lasted 5 minutes, but by the time Yibo walked out, his eyes were red. The tearful dinner, an unseen meeting. What fans didn't know, that wasn't their only interaction that night. According to a mutual friend, the two reunited later, at a quiet rooftop restaurant booked under an alias. Only 3 people in the world knew, the waiter, the restaurant manager, and the one friend who arranged it. They didn't fight, the manager said. But Xiao Zhan cried. Not in an obvious way. It was like he didn't even realize it was happening until Yibo handed him a napkin. They talked for 2 hours. About the night Xiao Zhan left his apartment without warning. About the event Yibo missed because of a panic attack. About the pressure of being watched, and the weight of being misunderstood. They talked like people who used to be in love and didn't know if they were allowed to be anymore, the manager said quietly. They weren't angry. Just tired. The photos that proved everything. Despite their attempts to stay hidden, 2 grainy paparazzi photos emerged by morning, one of Xiao Zhan wiping his eyes behind a menu, and the other of Wang Yibo holding his hand under the table, barely visible. The internet erupted again. Trending hashtags included Hashtag Xiao Zhan Yibo reunion. Hashtag we are fine too. Hashtag Yibo didn't he lie. For once, the comments weren't filled with hate. They were filled with hope. The confession that almost happened. Hours later, during a private after-party for his film premiere, Wang Yibo reportedly nearly made a public confession. A leaked video shows him standing beside his co-stars, glass in hand, as the room toasted to a successful debut. He raised his own glass and said, "To the people who stayed. And to the one who almost left. I'm sorry I didn't hold on tight enough the first time." The crowd clapped, not realizing the weight of his words. But one camera caught it all, and it hit the internet like a meteor. Was that for Xiao Zhan? Became the top trending search within an hour. Xiao Zhan's quiet response. The very next day, Xiao Zhan posted a photo on Weibo, a candlelit table with a wine glass, untouched. Behind it, a blurred figure in a leather jacket with a familiar watch on his wrist. He didn't tag anyone. Didn't caption it. But the fans already knew. It was from their dinner. From the night when maybe, just maybe, the wall between them began to crumble. The question that still hangs in the air. After everything, the phone call, the hotel scene, the dinner, the photos, and the confessions, one question still remains unanswered. Are they back together?